Welcome into the Toyota Lounge for the DNVR Broncos podcast. Damn it, every day. Because I haven't like driven a show more than like 3 times since I stopped doing the Buffs podcast.
Wow.
Every time. I just can't get the Buffs thing out of my head. I've said that 1,000 times probably.
Sad, man. You just,
wow.
I don't know. I think that's maybe an upgrade. I mean, it's a great show. You know, I don't mind you like us being mentioned in the same sentence. But come on, man. This is Broncos all the way, baby.
Yeah, Broncos are better. Also, did you see the video game rankings that came out today?
No, I did not.
So I think they said the Buffs have the number 8 offense in the country, like the number 16 defense, and I think they finished 12th overall.
Wow.
It's a little optimistic, right?
That's very optimistic. Yeah, that's a huge turnaround from last year.
It is.
Last year, I know they had great quarterback, great weapons at wide receiver. Running back was awesome. I know the O-line struggled. Now, they did fix a lot of those problems.
Yep.
Slowly, this is turning into a Buffs podcast, if you can't tell, because we're going to talk about it for the next 5 minutes. But they did a lot of things on the offense to really make them more competitive, for sure. Now, the defense, I know that they've went and got some big boys up front.
Yep.
Went and kind of redid a little bit of the secondary, because secondary was already awesome with Shiloh and Travis Hunter. They had a great secondary, so they're going to be competitive.
Okay.
Are they going to be 16th competitive? I don't know. Are they going to be 9th? What was it, 9th on offense?
I think it was 8th on offense.
8th on offense? That's really, really good when you talk about the Alabamas and the Texas teams. They have a lot of firepower out there and some pretty good quarterbacks coming out. So I hope they're that good. I think they can be. So
they're tied with, so overall 16th, 87 overall, tied with Oklahoma, Wisconsin, USC, Iowa's in there. But those are some big boys in there.
For sure. And they're consistent. Like, Iowa's always consistent, always going to play tough defense. USC, you know, I don't know who's a new quarterback, so we'll have to see.
You know it's somebody good, though.
But it's probably 5-star no matter what.
Yeah. I remember, I think it was the terrible season. It was the season they only won the one game. No. It was the year before that. That was the year that USC had, 3 quarterbacks. They had, Jackson Dart wound up at Ole Miss. They had Keaton Slovis, I think, who wound up at BYU. He's playing in the NFL somewhere now. They had 3 guys. Meanwhile, the Buffs couldn't find anybody that was just playable. It's just crazy to see, and that's why I have no doubt USC is going to figure that out. All of that is a nice little lead-in to today's conversation. Just talking about which of the Broncos would be most fun to play with in the college football video game. Because when I went back and looked, there were a handful that would have been in the last game. Samaje Perine, I think. Sorry, Michael Burton. Shouldn't confuse those two. Michael Burton would have been in the last game. Tim Patrick, his freshman year, was the last year the game came out.
Yep.
So he probably would have been included, but you never know. I'm not sure what his story was. I'm not sure all the freshmen do get included. So there's a handful, but for the most part, none of these guys have ever played in the college football game. And it's kind of fun to look back, I think.
That is kind of cool.
Yeah. Who do you think would have been the most fun? Who do we miss out on?
Playing with in college. So for me, it was always tough because Sac State was one of those teams that you had to download.
Yeah.
It didn't just come on.
Well,
with the
eventually,
game.
I think that. Oh.
You have to download it.
Yeah, because there was a 5-year stretch or 6-year stretch where they had FCS teams. And I can't remember if they had all of them. They had Montana, of course. But I think they had Sac State at least one time.
If they had Montana, they definitely should have had Sac State.
That's what they said, yeah.
But in college, I mean, some of the best players that we have in college, I think, Pat Surtain would have been fun to play with. I think Marvin Mims would have been a great receiver at
another
OU.
Big one.
Caleb Williams, Marvin Mims. I think that would have been a great team to play with. Anybody on defense that would have been nice besides Pat?
That's a tough one. I think playing with Texas when they had all 3 of those safeties and Malcolm Roach.
Yep.
I'm not sure that. I mean, all good players, obviously, but I think it'd be more for the novelty of look at how many Broncos are here.
Yeah.
Caden Stearns is fast. He might have been good.
Yeah.
Brandon Jones is fast too.
Yeah. Baron Browning would have been fun too.
Yeah, 5-star.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boston College.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That actually would be a fun one.
We would have to put We would have to just copy and paste and put him at every position.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah. But no, they had some players. They had Isaac Yiadom.
Oh, they did,
BC
didn't
at the
they?
same time. Kasim Adebali. Shout out to Kasim.
Oh, wow. I
they
haven't
had
thought
a
about him in a while.
couple ballers at BC at the time.
Yeah. No, I mean, that would be fun. Because you just, like, you'd blitz. You'd play man coverage. Like, Yiadom takes away the number one. Yeah. And then you're just using Justin Simmons, taking away everything else.
Everything up top, yeah.
That would be fun. Also, I think there's an obvious one with Bo Nix and Troy Franklin.
Yeah.
It's very recent. But I'm curious how the game would have rated Bo Nix.
I think he would have been nice. I think
he would have been nice.
He would have been like, that would have been one of the teams because his accuracy was so high and it was like such a good offense. Like, you can't just pick them. You have to do the randoms. Because if you get them, you know what I'm saying? You get them. But if you just pick them, it feels like you're cheating. You
Definitely.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, that makes sense. I wonder, because obviously he would have been rated highly, but like there's a case that he should have been like the maximum. Like he should have been like the highest rated player in the game, like a 99 or tied with whoever that is, like probably Travis Hunter and those guys. But just given like the perception of him, I wonder they might have kept him down lower just because of that.
I think they would have. I think that they probably would have slotted him like probably like a 92, maybe.
Yeah, 94.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. Still a great, rating as far as NCAA goes. But they probably would have put Caleb Williams at 99, Drake May at like 98.
Yep.
And they found a way.
By the end of the year, like 96. Javonte in the chat, that's a good one.
Yep.
Because that was that backfield with him and Michael Carter.
Yep.
When
was Drake May the quarterback then?
No,
that was the year before.
It was Sam Howell.
Oh, yep. Okay.
Sam Howell, and they had like decent receivers too.
Yep.
But that would have been a good one. Also Jaleel.
Yeah.
Because I'm curious, that's another one you just don't know how they would rate him. Because he was setting records, like all-time leader in NCAA rushing yards, but he did it at Youngstown State.
Yeah.
And so, like, he's obviously fast.
Yeah.
He'd be fun.
Yeah, I feel like it's always, they always knock you, based on who you did it against.
Yeah.
But it's clear to see that even last year, like, he can play against anybody.
Exactly.
He just happened to be at that school, and that was the school that kind of gave him love and recruited him. But it's tough because sometimes guys come into the league from smaller schools, and they are a product of their environment. And then sometimes you got guys that come in and just completely blow everybody out the water, and it doesn't really matter who they're playing against. They're just talented. So it's a weird dynamic trying to rate guys at small schools because you don't know if they're the ones that can play with anybody or they're just good because they went to a small school.
Yeah. It would have been interesting looking back. So, like, Jaleel started at Notre Dame College of Ohio or something like that. Like, I think that's D2, and then wound up transferring to Youngstown State. So, obviously, if he'd started there, did what he did, somebody else would have swooped in, one of the big schools. But instead, like, that's kind of, he didn't have time to move on from there. But like you said, like, looking back at last year, like, he could have given Bama 1,000 yards.
For sure.
Like, he's an NFL running back, and that speed would have played up even more in college.
Yep. I mean, look at guys like Cooper Kupp or
Did you play
Jared
against him?
Allen, Cooper Kupp?
Yeah.
Yeah, when he was at
Iwu.
Iwu? Yeah, I did.
That was a...
we got great players coming out of the D1AA. It's Eastern Washington, what they call it.
That is true. Yeah, because you got like Mizzou, Wazoo.
Yeah.
They do get weird. Or like Ole Miss. Like, how's that? It's like the University of Mississippi, but Ole Miss.
Ole Miss. Just get country.
Exactly.
Ole Miss.
No, what did Cooper Kupp do against you guys?
He was all right. I think he was okay. I think they had a running back that was crazy at the time. And I think he went to the league. He played for the Raiders. I forget his name.
Huh.
But he was from Iwu, and he was really fast.
Was Vernon Adams there? He might have still been there because then he went
Vernon
to
was after me.
After? Okay.
Yeah, because the quarterback you're talking about, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. He was after me.
Yeah. His little sister played soccer at CU.
Okay.
And
she was nice.
Yeah, but after what he had done to Montana a couple times, I wasn't a huge fan. Yeah. I think Jaleel makes the list. Oh, Audric Estime absolutely makes the list.
Yeah.
That's a very different style, but especially at Notre Dame too. Oh, I wonder, Mike McGlinchey's offensive line at Notre Dame was crazy. I can't remember who lined up with who, but I think he would have been with Quentin Nelson for sure.
Okay.
Oh, I'm gonna check.
That's a solid starting two right there.
It is, because he was like a top 10 pick, obviously. Both of them. Let's see. That would be like 2017 offensive line. But yeah, I think that group, if he just ran behind him. Oh, Sam Mustipher was on that team. Huh. There's a little throwback. I don't think I knew that. Or at least haven't put it together.
So 2017, I mean, his freshman season was 2013?
I think so.
Was that the Manti Te'o year?
Oh, wow. I'm going to ask him about that.
Because that would be a crazy team to play with.
That
team
would be
was
a crazy team.
Because they went to the national championship, right?
Yeah.
They didn't win it, but...
No. Well, and that was before we knew all the Manti Te'o stuff, too. That came out after the season, I think.
Yes, after the season. But he was balling that year.
He was incredible.
Balling.
No, he was incredible. That was wild. Also reminds me, do you see that? There's like that Kyle Filkowski guy. There's a whole crazy thing. Basically, his girlfriend's like 8 years older than him and like made him cut out all the ties with his family.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he played at Duke. He's like 7 feet tall. There's a whole big Twitter thing.
Uh-oh.
I'll show you later.
It's going down.
Also,
hide your kids, hide your wives.
Aaron Banks, another NFL lineman on that team. Liam Eichenberg, another NFL lineman on that team. That Notre Dame offensive line would have been fun.
Yeah, Notre Dame always puts out solid players. And it's so funny because if you look at the population, it's not a big school. Like, it's a tiny school. And they constantly put out athletes, man.
Interesting. Oh, wow.
You see how many kids go there?
8,900.
That's nothing.
That is nothing. That's crazy.
Yeah. My son's school has like 4,500. And it's a high school.
That is. I wonder... Do you know what Sac State is?
Sac State's like 35,000 or something like that.
Really?
30-something.
I didn't know it was that big. Huh. Yeah, Montana's at 10,000.
10,000 total?
Yeah.
Oh, dang. It's still
bigger than Notre Dame.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
Yep.
It just must be athletes everywhere. Sometimes that happens at like the NAIA schools and stuff. Where it's like there's like 500 kids and like half of them are on one of the teams.
Yep.
But yeah, I would have thought Notre Dame was bigger.
It's tiny. Sac State's like 32, 33,000, I think.
Huh.
Yeah, big dog.
I think I found the running back you're looking for. Would it be Taiwan Jones?
Yep. That's exactly who it was.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And he played for EWU and he also played for the Raiders, right? Yep. Yeah. He was fast.
Same year that Cooper Kupp got drafted. 1 round later, one of his teammates got drafted.
Okay.
You guys know who it is?
That's
Linebacker.
from Eastern Washington?
Wait. From Eastern Washington?
Linebacker. Same year.
No.
Drafted to the Rams, too.
I don't know him.
Samson Ebukam.
Oh. Yeah. Pass rusher. Was he a Bronco for a second, too? I don't think so. I think maybe we talked about it a little bit.
Nope.
No.
Ram, 49er, got his Colts.
Okay.
Yeah. Also, somebody throwing Drew Lock and Albert O in the chat. We have to get through some of those older teams in a second. Because, like Aqib Talib and Chris Harris at Kansas.
Yeah.
Because wasn't that the
Johnson?
team that won, like, 1 game or something?
Oh,
2
I
games?
didn't know if it was
I think
that.
they were that bad.
Dang.
Yeah. Real quick, though. Got to give a little shout-out to some of our friends here. See, usually Zach does the first one. There's so many little things that you don't even think about. Zach throws the first one, so then I go check. How about some Shady Rays, though? Like I've said, I'm in the market for a new pair because I was irresponsible and lost mine. I'm actually going back up to Montana next week, and we're going to do some hiking, going to be on a boat, going to do some rafting, and I definitely need to... I'm actually order some Shady Rays up to Montana so that they're waiting for me. They're awesome. They've got all the different styles. They've got polarized lenses. Everybody loves them. It's a world-class product, rated 5 stars by over 300,000 people. Durable frames, crystal clear optics. They're all of our favorites, and that's why we wear them. So exclusively for our listeners, Shady Rays is giving out their best deal of the season. You can head to shadyrays.com and use the code DNVR for 35% off polarized sunglasses. And you can try for yourself the shades that are rated 5 stars by more than 300,000 people.
And shout out to BetterHelp. If If anybody out there is looking for somebody to talk to, share your problems with, and you need a little bit of guidance, BetterHelp is definitely there to help you. I think therapy is really important, and the mental side of just life is being broadcast a lot more now, and having great mental awareness for yourself is very high right now, especially in the NFL. They want to make sure that your mental is straight, because so many guys go through, life or the NFL, and you're constantly working, you're constantly hustling, and then when it's all over, you don't know really who you are as a person. So I think therapy is very important for all people. So you can become your own soulmate, whether you're looking for one or not. Visit betterhelp.com/DNVR to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/DNVR. You can fill out the brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist and switch therapists at any time for no charge. It's entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited for your schedule. If you're thinking of starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try.
Awesome. We got to talk a little bit about these uniforms too, because more pictures are coming out. My opinion's changing a bit. But let's wrap this up. Quinn Miners, unfortunately, they never put D3 schools in the video game. But if they had, and you could play other D3 schools, and you could just pull him and run behind him over and over and over, that's on my list for sure. Also, Jalen Virgil. He was on that freaks list, the Bruce Feldman list, just because he's like crazy fast at Appalachian State. That'd be a fun
State,
one.
D1AA, another one.
Yeah, it's another one.
Yeah.
Beat Montana in a national championship.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
Was he on that team?
No, because he's younger than me.
Okay.
Yeah, which is, I hate that. It makes me uncomfortable. Oh, Lil Jordan would have been on that Texas team with the
other starters too?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. We can move along to uniforms. I sent you the pictures of here, but the Broncos are posting. They had like their media day last week where they take all the pictures. Day. Yeah. First of all, what's that like?
Media day is fun. Because you get to take pictures and have a good time. You shoot some stuff for the Jumbotron. So you get all dressed up and make sure your swag is right. Yeah, it's fun. Not everybody gets to do everything. So if you get chosen for something, you feel kind of cool. But if you're not, you're like, dang, I guess they don't need me for that.
That's the part that I was kind of wondering about. So they've only posted the one video from it where they all played like the claw machine or whatever. It was like good. It was funny. But I wonder what was up with that. But also, it seemed like everybody got to pick what uniform they wanted to wear.
Okay.
And I didn't see anybody wearing the white uniforms, which maybe that was just off limits. But it was kind of fun just to see like how people put things together. So you got like the blue helmet, the orange jersey, the white pants, and the orange socks.
Yeah.
I think it looks kind of good.
Yeah, I probably just would put the white socks on, take the fine, and just live to play another day.
Okay.
But I think it looks dope. I think it's actually coming together.
This one with the blue pants, though, I don't think I'm as much of a fan.
I can't really see it. I really want to see a better picture to kind of... All right, perfect.
Okay.
To see the vibe. With the blue helmets, you don't like?
I think it just doesn't feel like the Broncos enough.
Okay.
Maybe that's what it is. But it just, I don't know. Maybe I just don't know if I like the navy blue all that much. Maybe that's it.
I like all navy blue. When we used to go all blue, I love that.
I did too. Those were my favorites. Yeah. Those are the ones that it would have been, I would guess that one of those first 2 years they had him when John Elway was the quarterback, when everybody wanted to wear the all blues for, I think it was like a Monday night football game. And he said, nope, I don't like those. And so they didn't wear them. I thought those were so good.
Yeah, no, they're sick.
But
oh, that's right. I forgot.
Yeah. Also, the Broncos' new all navy blue. It's another one that just doesn't feel like the Broncos. And maybe if they go out there and wear it a bunch, it'll look better. I should have sent this to you here, but in that like claw machine video, that's what Garrett Bowles was wearing. Which again, like, love the guy. Maybe not the best model, but I think it just didn't look right.
Okay.
It just looked it almost looked too simple.
See, and that's me. I think I like simple and clean more than I like a whole bunch of stuff going on, even though I'm wearing this shirt with Hawaiian flowers on it.
Wow.
But that's just like kind of my style. And I think my love for the Broncos and the colorway has been since I started playing here. So I don't think I have the same understanding of like the past 30 years like a lot of other fans do. So I like the all blue. It's something I've worn in games. I think it's a different blue now, just like a little deeper maybe.
It feels darker.
Yeah, a little deeper, darker blue.
Maybe it's
a little bit more matte.
Yeah, the helmets are definitely matte.
Yeah.
Even the blue looks a little bit like less vibrant.
Okay, yeah.
I think like the orange stripe on the side of those blue ones, like it just made the whole thing kind of pop. Like it stands out. Instead, it just kind of looks dark. I should have gotten that picture of it. Do we have another one of these? Yeah. Yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah. Those are the orange socks. So I like the t-shirt hanging out.
Yes.
I think like if it was just all that orange, it might not look so good. But with like the shirt hanging out, it looks sick.
I think all orange would look dope too.
Yeah. There's no with the blue pants. Blue pants, blue socks. It just doesn't quite.
I think it's dope. It's just dark for this picture.
Then that could be.
But the all orange, oh, that's sick right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's sick.
I do.
The all orange with the white.
It might not even need like a shirt hanging out, but even just like a white sleeve or something. The white cleats even just like.
You go all orange and then you have on a white sleeve, white gloves, and white shoes.
Okay.
Like that's crispy. And hopefully you guys are wearing the white helmets. Like.
Oh, yeah. I didn't even think of that.
That's crispy, yeah.
The white helmets would look nice with that too.
Because they can't wear the white helmets with the all white, right? But if they wear it with the all orange, you have enough white as like the secondary color there. I think that's crispy. But that's a dope photo.
Yeah,
there it is. That's almost it right there.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's without the shirt hanging out.
They make all the dark blue ones very dark.
They do.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Maybe that's why I didn't like them so much. But yeah, it's that one it just feels off. Like it doesn't feel like the other ones like look like the Broncos, you know, and this one just I don't know. Maybe I'll come around to it. I've definitely come around to the others. Even like my girlfriend came home yesterday and said like, "Oh, Broncos uniforms look really good." It's like I don't know about that, but like I guess I definitely think that they're growing on me compared to when we first saw them though. Yeah.
I wish they had a little bit better pictures like for the blue pants because you can't really get the vibe for them. And the vibe is just darker. It feels like more subtle. If you go back a picture, you hear? That is like, all right, let's play football. It's a completely different, you know what I'm saying, vibe to it.
It's almost like the color rush.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I love the color rush too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, color
I
rush
think I like these better than the color rush.
Those color rush. It's a different orange, right?
Oh, what was the... I think it was just like the D on the helmet that I didn't love. I think that's what kind of threw it off for me.
It was a more vibrant orange.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Creamy kind of orange.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not quite creamsicle, but
Yeah, like closer to that.
yeah. Who is this right here?
23.
Caden.
I thought it was
No, he's another one. I think he might have been on Instagram yesterday saying like, everybody's counting me out. I mean, it's football player stuff. Everybody says it, but like people forget like what I can do. I'm still the same guy. I've just been hurt. Like improve everybody. And that did kind of get me thinking that when he played, he was good. Did you cross over with him at all?
Yes, I think I was there for 1 year, one training camp. Because was he
Just
the
the
same
training
class as Pat?
This would be his 4th season, I believe.
Yeah,
he was
so
the
it was
same
training camp.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, just training camp with him.
Yeah. But he is... I think there's a real chance that he's a good player. He does kind of get forgotten just because he's had so many injuries over and over and over again. But he came to Denver and played like kind of a box role. Like he was more of like a sub, like dime package, put him in the nickel, do those sorts of things. But at Texas, he was a free safety. And he's fast enough to play free safety. And so... I think that at this point in his career, he's obviously played both, and so he should be capable of playing either. And when you look at PJ Locke is a strong safety.
Yeah.
Like there's really no discussion there. Brandon Jones has mostly played strong safety, but I think he also kind of has the traits to play free safety if given the opportunity, and that's why the pairing kind of makes sense. But what might make even more sense is for Caden to be at free safety and one of those guys to be at strong safety. And he's, I mean, when it comes to starting week 1, that conversation is pretty close to settled, I think.
Yep.
But at some point, you could see him get some opportunity if it's time to make a change.
I think it's somebody's job to lose.
Yeah, exactly.
I think PJ or Brandon has to lose the job before he actually could step in and prove his worth. Because right now, I think PJ just took advantage of kind of him being out.
Yeah, exactly.
And now they're paying PJ, so now PJ has to perform and he has to get a chance. And so I think it's really somebody's job to lose. It's tough because just like you talked about Jarrett Stidham, it's not much Jarrett Stidham can do to be the starter.
Yeah.
It's more so if Bo Nix is not ready to be the starter, then Jarrett will be the starter, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm curious how that's going to go. See, I want to talk about the white uniforms a little bit too, but first, Circa Sportsbook. Circa, oh boy. Do you know what the odds were yesterday for Panama to win, you hear?
No idea. Probably like plus 800.
Yeah. Somebody at Circa made a lot of money because when you make those long odds bets at Circa, that's when they give you the most juice.
You said Panama?
Panama, yeah.
Shout out to Panama, man.
Yeah.
My aunt's Panamanian, and I was down in Panama.
That's right.
For like 2 weeks. Beautiful, beautiful country, man. They showed me a great time, a lot of great food. So shout out to Panama, man. And they're winning. Come on, man.
Yep.
They beat the U.S. in for the second time in a row.
So,
Insanity.
That's tough.
crazy.
Panama's not great at soccer, right? You hear?
They're not a powerhouse, but they have improved quite a bit in the last 3 to 4 years.
Okay.
They're not what they used to be, but shout out Jose, man. From Panama, was cheering on.
That's right,
So,
of course. I didn't even think of that.
You know what? Enjoy it. When you get these wins, you got to enjoy it all you can.
Yep.
Yep. Shout out Panama and shout out Jose, who's from Panama. But yeah, if you're betting at Circa Sportsbook, I don't have the exact odds, but since they keep such a low hold, that plus 800 or whatever it was somewhere else might have been closer to plus 900. And those make all the difference when you wind up betting over the course of months and years. All those little margins add up in the end. Circa is an awesome sportsbook. They also have an awesome resort out in Vegas, which is where all of our Avs people are right now for the NHL draft tonight. So definitely be checking out their stuff. They'll be live for the draft from I think it's the 15th floor at Circa with a pretty cool view. Circa's awesome. They treat us well, and we'd really appreciate if you help them out as well. So go to download the app at circasports.com. Circa Sports bets can only be made while physically located in the state of Colorado. Must be 21 or older. All rights reserved. Circa Sports Colorado encourages you to gamble responsibly. Gambling problem? Call or text 1-800-GAMBLER or visit problemgamblingcolorado.org.
And shout out to Vestibule. If you ever thought about investing in players and being able to use your favorite players as your next stock to invest in. If you have some Apple stock, some blue chip, now you can get some more blue chip stock by investing in Baron Brownie. If you guys can hear, my man Hank is killing this burrito right here. He invested in his breakfast, and I think it's going well for him. So you should head over to Vestibule. You can download the app, and you can get right into Barron's IPO. It's live right now. Shares are available for purchase, but they are limited, so you don't want to miss out. Go and download the Vestibule app and be a part of his next wave of his career. I think he's up for a contract next year. He's posed to have a big year this year. I think he's going to be a great player. I'm not telling you how much to invest. I'm just telling you that you can invest in his stock at Vestibule. So go download the app now and invest.
Awesome. We've got a fun draft to do. We're going to draft which player's jersey to buy for the Broncos, because it's kind of like an interesting time for that.
Yep.
I think there's a couple right at the top, but then you could go a lot of different ways. First, though, I want to get thoughts on the white uniforms, because again, there's just so many options. You wear the white jersey or the blue pants or the white pants or the orange pants or the blue helmet or there's just so much going on that I don't know where I would go with those. I think all white is probably, I guess, my best bet.
All white is the best one, for sure. Only problem is they won't let them wear the white helmets. And I don't know why that's not allowed.
I can't remember the rule.
That's a funky rule, man.
Yeah.
It's like they limit your swag, because they want it to be primary, secondary colors. But if they could go all white, it would be dope. But nevertheless, I think all white with the matte blue helmets, I think will look good too.
Yeah.
Now you probably have to bring in a little bit more blue.
Like a sleeve or something.
I probably do gloves and shoelaces.
Did you ever wear the sleeve?
No, because I felt like it took away from like the muscles. You know, you like,
yeah.
And then I was
that's actually why I wear this.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then I was getting tattoos, so I'm like, you know, I gotta show. I don't want to cover them up.
Yeah.
And then it like compresses your arm, so one arm's just a little bit slimmer as it looks in the sleeve versus like, you know what I'm saying, being able to have. That. And then I would tuck my jersey at the top, so it just sat up, so like you just saw shoulders. Yeah. You got to be able to, you know what I'm saying, look the part when you're out there.
Did you wear a visor?
No, I never wore a visor because I just always felt like it was too much work, even for the swag. Because if you watch guys who wear a visor, every time you come off the field, you got to wipe it off, and they're like, and then it's like if it's like a quick turnaround, you don't even get it wiped off in time. Now it's all smudged up. You got to go out there, you're fogging up. I just felt like it wasn't worth the swag to actually wear it in game. Okay. But I did wear a visor, like an off season or two, but not in games.
Huh. Because I know, like, so did you ever get poked in the eye?
No.
Okay. Because, like, Josie obviously did last year. I remember Quinn did before that. And both of them just immediately say, like, yeah, I'm wearing a visor the rest of my career. Like, that was awful, and I'm not dealing with it again.
Yeah.
Seems like you would want to avoid that. I guess you don't think about it until it happens.
Never happened.
True.
Yeah. It's just like when players in the NBA like break their nose, then they wear a mask.
Yeah.
But you're not gonna wear the mask before, you know, because you're not thinking like that happened to somebody else.
Yeah.
I'm not about to break my nose playing this game, you know. So no, luckily I never got poked in the eye. Got kicked in the, you know, family jewels a couple times, which sucks, but I think my eyes were good.
Okay. My girlfriend's friend's dad played, like, he was a center for like 10 years with the Giants.
Yeah.
And he said he got poked in the eye so hard that he still has like the video because they like taped the practice. It was during a training camp practice of him like looking on the ground for his eye.
Dang.
Like he was feeling like he thought it was out.
Dang.
And it has, I can't remember exactly what the details are, but like I think he can't like move his eye down.
Dang.
So he has to like look down to like look down. But then you talk to one of those guys, and it's like an NFL lineman from like the late 80s through 90s. It's like, yeah, just like fact of life, had like 37 surgeries, but like
it's part of it.
It's just what we do.
Yeah. It's just like hockey players.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of them are missing teeth. A lot of them have multiple surgeries. I mean, it's just part of the game. And when you're playing and going through it, it doesn't feel like, oh my gosh, this crazy thing happened. You just chuck it up to part of the game.
Yeah.
And I'll bounce back just like anybody else has. But if you think about it, you got to be a little bit crazy to know, like, hey, I might break something, I might hurt something, but I'm going to do it regardless. And you just keep trying to come back.
Yeah.
It's a mentality. That's why I feel like we feel the way we do about basketball players playing football. You know, just the mentality is different. Like, I know they have to be dogs and I know they have to work hard, but like we really just feel like we do all those same things as far as like work ethic, but it's also an attitude like F it.
Yeah.
If I break something, you know what I'm saying? Like F it, I'm trying to take somebody's head off. I'm trying to,
Yeah, I remember talking to Quinn about it. It was at the end of it would have been his second season. So the first season where he was really like starting and playing a bunch. And I asked him about that stuff because he had gone through like a bunch of different things that year, from like some poles and the eye poke and all of that. It was the hamstring was the bad one for most of the year. And I asked him, like, what's it like just knowing that you're going to do this hopefully for a decade and like there's a good chance your body's not going to work out? Like, how do you deal with that? He was like, you know what? Like, if I just have a couple crooked fingers for the rest of my life, it's no big deal. I was like, well, hopefully all you have is a couple crooked fingers. Like, that'd be the dream. So yeah, it is like just a strange dynamic to know that you're showing up and like the idea is to kick somebody's ass, but you also just could get your ass kicked as well.
Yeah. You gotta deliver the hits, man. You can't be taking them.
All right. Wrapping up jersey stuff. We like the all whites.
All whites with the beige guts.
Yep. We like the all orange.
Yes.
And that kind of makes me think like the whole trend is you get uniforms where you can swap out the helmet, you can swap out the jersey, you can swap out the pants, but you do wind up usually just having one set of like home uniforms, one set of away uniforms that are just the best option because those don't work out. And so why not just like focus in a little bit more on that one version. Because there's things that you can't do. Like, obviously, nobody liked the big stripe down the side. By the end of it, it was kind of cool back in the day. At this point, not really. But you obviously couldn't do that if you're trying to swap things out because the stripe was changing colors, you know? If you just commit to one uniform that you know is your home uniform, you know is your road uniform, like, it's a lot easier just to say, like, hey, we could lock in and add just a couple more little details in there.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't love the whole, like, switching everything out.
I don't mind it.
Yeah.
I don't mind it, but not every combo works, though.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
And there's only a couple that I feel like do.
Ooh, that's fire. And then there are a couple weeks where, like, you switch out, you're like, guess we're wearing these.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
They're gonna wind up
know that.
wearing, like, the blue jerseys with the orange pants one week. And you're just like, why are you... You have a good option. Just go with it.
Yeah.
And, they had the best option, which is just go back to the throwbacks. Let's do this draft.
Yep.
I actually didn't put too much thought into who I was picking here. But like I said, we're going to draft our guys whose jerseys would be the best purchase. And there's a lot of factors here because obviously, like, good football player, probably number one.
Yep.
Contract situation. Is he going to be around for a while? Also, like, if you bought, like, a Justin Simmons jersey last year, that's a jersey you can wear forever. Like, he's a Bronco for life, you know?
For life.
For lifer.
So I'm curious to see where this goes. There's, like, the coolness of the player aspect. There's a number aspect. You want the first pick or the second?
I'll take the first pick if you're going to ask me like that.
Okay.
First pick of the 2024 Best Players Jersey to Buy draft, Pat Surtain. He'll be a Bronco for a long time. And if you have the old Pat Surtain, you need to re-up and get the new Pat Surtain because, I mean, I think it's not only is he a good player and he's going to be a Bronco for a long time, I think the number is dope. Number 2 on a jersey, I mean.
With the Surtain, the second.
I think it's dope.
Yeah.
I think it's dope.
No, I think I think it's far and away the best one. Yeah. I think there's one that maybe you could try to make a case for, but I think Pat's probably the best. Yep. Also, the other thing is, like, 20 years from now, when Bronco fans look back on Pat Surtain's career, they're probably going to remember him in the new jerseys. Like, the fact that he spent, 3 years in the older jerseys, that'll kind of be forgotten probably. Like, there'll be, like, a couple of pictures. But it almost reminds me of, like, you see Terrell Davis in the old Broncos uniforms, like the orange ones, and you're like, oh, wow, it just doesn't add up. Like, Pat Surtain will be remembered in these uniforms.
For sure.
I'm going Bo Nix. Yeah, it's the first round starting quarterback. Like, he's going to be here for four years at least. Well, in theory, like they said that about Zach Wilson too. But yeah, I mean, number 10's a good number. Quarterback. Can't go wrong.
No, I think that's the obvious second choice for sure.
Yeah.
Are we just going to go back and forth? I think that's
sure.
a great.
Yeah,
all right,
yeah.
Perfect. Who's next?
I don't know.
Opinion.
This is wide open. I've got some weird ones that's probably too early for.
But I think that Baron Browning would be a good jersey to have.
Ooh, contract year.
But I think he's in a good place to stay a Bronco.
Okay.
I feel like even with a solid 10-sack season, I think there's a way with the cap that we have. I don't know if he's getting, top tier of the open market. I think he's going to get a solid number, but I do think that could be a solid number with the Broncos. So let's go Baron Browning, man.
Wow, I like it. With the number 5 now too.
Yes, sir. A cinco.
I'll go. I'm torn between two here. I'm going the easy route. Give me Court. Also, I guess not contract year, but as we've discussed a lot, the no guarantees for next year. So Court feels safe. He's going to be an important player this year. He's been around long enough that, like, get Bronco for life. Like, he'll be remembered as a Bronco. He'll also probably be remembered in the old uniforms, but that's we're willing to deal with that.
Okay. For me, I think this is a great jersey for like the guy as a player, but also just the numbers, because I think numbers make the jersey. So right now I have 2, I have 5, and then if you're going to go a 2-digit number, I think a great 2-digit number is the double-digit numbers. So give me Javonte.
Ooh.
Give me 33. It looks good on a jersey, symmetrical, and I think he'll make the most of it. I think he's going to have a bounce back year as well. So give me Javonte.
I'm sticking with the double number theme, and I'm nobody buys offensive line jerseys. like it's really rare. I mean, like you'll see like the Jason Kelce jerseys.
Yeah.
You'll see. I wonder if they're Trent Williams jerseys because he deserves it, but there's also like so many guys on that 49ers team.
Yeah,
it might not happen. But Quinn Miners, he's gonna be here for a long time. He's, if not their best offensive player, he's second, and I would probably go with number 1. Like, he's talented. He's got the number 77 for an offensive lineman. I guess I'm not sure I would say he has swag, but he has an identity.
Okay,
he's like notable. It's not just like some random guy who's lining up there and they're like, yeah, good job, whoever you are. Like, it's Quinn. He's the belly. He's got the hair, all that sort of stuff.
He definitely has his own 5 for sure.
77's a good number. It's not a great. It's not like 23 or something, but
no. But
it's good
for an offensive lineman.
It's great.
You're usually nice. If you're wearing 77, you're usually solid as an offensive lineman.
Exactly.
There's so many different routes that I could go.
I know.
But it's weird because not every number that's nice matches up with somebody that'll be here for a long time.
So yeah. So you're not taking Tremon Smith then? Wearing that number 1.
Number 1 is dope, but I'm not taking that right now. This is my 4th pick.
Yep, you got 2 left.
All right, I got one. Give me Tim Patrick because nobody has this number.
Oh, yeah.
He switched up on us, changed his number. Give me TP in the 12. I think 12 is still a dope number. And you've never seen it. There's no old jersey of a Tim Patrick 12. It's all new. It's all fresh. I think that would be dope.
Yep, I think so too. Because first of all, hopefully things work out and Tim has like another 5 years as a Bronco. But even if he doesn't, at worst, your jersey is now like the novelty, like Tim Patrick wearing number 12 when everybody remembers him as number 81.
Yep. It's like a Jordan 45.
Exactly.
A Jordan 23.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. I'm taking Marvin Mims. I've been really tempted. I almost
19.
I know. But I mean, but it's Marvin. I'm doing it for Marvin.
I love Marvin's a great player, great guy.
Yes.
I love him. But
19's tough.
It's kind of tough.
So he initially last year was wearing number 83.
Yes. Is 83 better than 19? Who's 19 that you think of? First 19.
Jerry Rice is a Bronco.
No.
I know, that's the first one I think of. That's the first one. Second one, Eddie Royal would be second.
Okay.
Number 3.
83, I think like Wes Welker's my first thought.
Yeah. And he's small too. So the concern with Marvin wearing number 83 is just that he's so small it almost like weighs him down. Yeah. But like Wes Welker pulled it off. He also wasn't fast though.
Shifty small guy. Shifty small guy.
Not fast.
But he could do like 8. No, who's 8? Jarrett Stidham is 8.
Yeah.
7's taken. It's retired.
Yep. As it should be.
As it should be. Ooh. Yeah, 19 might have been close to the best number he could.
It's tough. Also, Michael Bandy wearing that 83. Good number for a slot receiver.
Yes, sir. All right, I'm going with my final pick. I just have to do this, no matter what. Give me Ronnie Perkins.
I love it.
51 cannot be beat, so I could not leave him out of this.
Okay.
Is 51 overrated?
Shout out to...
Should be retired.
It should be. Thank you. Shout out to Ronnie Perkins in the 51, man.
Or John Mobley.
You know what I'm saying? Now, if you get Perkins or you get Davis, you know what I'm saying? Either one works.
Yep.
But the 51 is solid.
Yep. 51's a good one. Let's see. I was number 9 when I played lacrosse. So...
a little Riley Dixon action?
I don't think I can do that. I don't think I can do that. I already have an offensive lineman. Will Lutz number 3. Ooh, that actually... This is not my pick, but... I've gotten to the point where, you know, every few days you see somebody wearing a number 3 jersey walking around. I'm like, okay, I mean, that's a Russ jersey for sure. But, like, I give it a peek just because it's not like Drew Lock or something having the Will Lutz number 3 would really get people confused.
Oh, all the time.
Like people would be like, you're wearing the Russ jersey, and then you get the Lutz on the back. Nobody would see that coming. You'd also be the only person not named Lutz to have that jersey. Wow, I'm really struggling with this last one. I guess I can think out loud though, since you can't steal him. Troy Franklin is kind of tempting. Another running back like Jaleel. 38's kind of like a. It's not a great number, but like it is like a very Jaleel number. I feel like
it fits him.
Yeah, just yeah. It'd be unique. Greg Dulcich, you just can't trust to be on the field.
Oh dang. Michael Burton, 20 is solid. 20 is a solid number.
Burton. Also, I think everybody at this point is pro fullback, except for like NFL coaching staffs and front offices. But like if you just poll the random NFL fan, football fan, they want more fullback. Yeah. Like, people want to go back to the fullback era. So I think that'd be a good one. Also, I mean, Garrett Bowles probably deserves on this list. Like at this point.
72.
I know. No, PJ Locke is on the
PJ's
list.
a 6. 6 is dope.
I think. Oh, definitely.
Yeah. 99 is solid too. Zach Allen.
He's a good player solid, also. Yeah. DJ Jones.
Big body. 49. I don't know if I love 49. The 40s are tough. The only 40s I really love, 40, 44, 43, 45. Yeah.
Interesting. 45. Is Lavelle Bailey 45? I think no, he's 56. They had somebody run around 45. 40. I can't think of a great 45. Which is something.
Alexander Johnson was 45.
Oh, he was, wasn't he? That did look sick on him too. Also, Michael Jordan. There we go. I'm going Jaquan. Give me Jaquan McMillan. 29. Okay, look it up. Yeah, we don't need to spell. There we go. If you guys have any questions, we got a couple minutes left. Love to hit those. For now, I might as well hit some honorable mentions. Nick Benito, I think a really good player. 42 though, that's just undraftable, right?
Yeah, 42.
You just can't have 42.
Yeah. No.
What about
Jonathan Cooper though?
I know he was
good
the
player,
0.
and 0. It's unique.
It is.
I don't know if I could have worn it on the field, but it's definitely a unique number. The only thing that's rough is that usually when people get jerseys made and they want to put their own names on it, they always do 0 or it was 00.
Exactly.
So that will be tough.
If I were to see somebody wearing a number 0, I would think like it's just as like Johnson on the back.
Exactly. It's your own. It's your own swag.
Yeah. Is there any players that you would custom made with the new jersey?
Custom make. So like old players.
Old players like Sham Bailey. Would you get him with the new jersey? Like
24.
Would you do any of that?
I don't think so.
You like to keep them in their era?
It just feels wrong. Like a Peyton Manning jersey wearing these. Like it feels wrong.
Is it because of the timeline, or is it just wrong no matter when you played?
I think it's because it just didn't exist. Like that's not like that guy never wore the jersey, you know. And so if you're wearing the jersey, it's like this is it doesn't add up, you know.
Yeah.
Like I can't get behind that. Just buy an old Peyton Manning jersey. Those are nice.
I don't mind it. I think I'm trying to decide whether I want like a old school player all the way advanced or somebody closer in. I think maybe the older you go, the better. So if you go like a Floyd Little in a new jersey, that works. Okay. You know what I'm saying?
That definitely
But
better.
anybody that would just like in the 5 or 10 years.
Like Justin Simmons.
I think it's too close to do the new jersey.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
you got to just go get what he wore.
Exactly.
But you can't find an original Floyd Little or like a Steve Atwater. Like you can't. Those are hard to find.
They are.
So I think you can make a new one from the new swag, and I don't think I wouldn't be mad at it.
That is better. I also think I would still rather have just the original Floyd Little, but I think there are a bunch that are tough to find. I remember for like 10 years, I wanted to find the Darrent Williams jersey. Because he had like the full like Darrent Williams written across the back, which was so sick. Because they had DJ Williams on the team at the time, so he got to do the whole thing. But so he was like my favorite player up until he died, unfortunately. But that jersey is just so tough to find because nobody's selling it. because there were only a few that got made because he was like second cornerback and was only there like briefly next to Champ Bailey, and everybody's buying a Champ jersey. So like that's the one that's been on my bucket list for forever. I kind of stopped looking for it in the past like 8 years or so, but that's a great jersey.
Yeah,
that's an all-time great Bronco jersey.
Yep.
Try to think.
All-time greats.
Like Elway's great.
Yep.
Floyd Little, of course. Terrell Davis. Shannon Sharp is a good one.
Yep.
Try to think. It's almost too early. Von Miller has like a great jersey, but when I see somebody wearing a Von Miller jersey, it still feels like, oh yeah, it's Von. Like he's right around. Like in 10 years, when that feels like more of a throwback, that will be right there too.
Yep.
Like Aqib Talib is going to be an awesome one too.
Yeah.
That 21 is nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
21 always goes hard. Football, basketball, baseball.
Yeah.
You can't go wrong with 21.
Jake Plummer's another good one.
Yeah.
That's 16.
Jake the Snake.
You got to be a diehard. Still a lot of Tebow jerseys.
Yep.
2 questions. Oh, we are running out of time. Edward Wright says, does the number 75 fit Throckmorton? What would be a better number for him? Wow. Okay, first of all, I love that we're getting a Calvin Throckmorton question. I voted for him all Pac-12 back in the day, which is how I plan to introduce myself to him. Just so you know, I helped you out when I can't remember what team he made, but yeah, 75. Is that say 75 or 76?
76.
My eyes are so bad because I was like Quinn Bailey 75. 76 fits him better than 75 would. 77 went 78. I think 76 is good. I think he could also, like, tackles are usually 70s.
Yeah.
But I think he's the rare tackle who could probably pull off like a 66 or something. Maybe not.
Yeah.
Maybe
I do
not.
feel like, don't know him personally and not like knocking on him, but that last name Throckmorton.
Yep.
I think it only fits over 76. I don't know if it works with any other number. Like he couldn't wear 21.
That is true. There's no,
even if he was a corner, like you can't, like those. I don't know if it works.
Give him 28.
Huh?
28 if he's a corner.
If he's a corner, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe like 37.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I think what we found is that he just fits. He fits his number well.
Yes.
Yeah, because he's been 76 in the NFL. I thought he was 54 at Oregon. Because I'm not even sure. So he was like drafted as a tackle, but drafted kind of late because people are like, it might be more of a guard in the NFL. I think he's mostly played tackle in the NFL, but is also like kind of like versatile. Like can certainly play right tackle, can play either guard spot, and that's why like 54. If you play tackle at 54, center, you feel like a backup tackle.
Yeah.
76 is a good number.
Yeah.
Peyton Britton, I heard Javonte was a bubble cut. I don't know where, but it's not true, right? Depends on how big you think the bubble is. If there's 10 guys who are on the roster bubble, 50-50 in or out, Javonte certainly is not one of them. If you think there's like 20 guys on the roster bubble, 25, 30, then Javonte might be among them. He's certainly in the driver's seat for a job. Not only just a job, but the starting job. But, I mean, if he looks slow, if he looks like he needs to get back in shape, I mean, anything's possible because he is in a contract year. I would think that you would actually probably trade him and not cut him if worst came to worst because somebody would want. I can't imagine a world where nobody wants Javonte Williams, but I mean, there's a chance that he isn't on the roster. It's slim.
I think it's slim too.
It's very slim.
I think it's slim too. And I think it would be purely play based, and not numbers based.
Yep.
So it's not a numbers game to where they're trying to get the roster from 55 to 53, and he's the odd man out. I think he would have to play poorly in order to put himself in a position to be cut or traded or something like that. I don't think that, even though we have good running backs, we don't just have people to be thrown away. Like we don't have like, you know how like when you play basketball, you got a foul to give, so you just foul somebody because it don't mean nothing. We're not in that space right now. So we need everybody we have, even though we do have a couple of them.
Definitely, and I think he would have to not be one of your 2 best runners like of the football. Like you hand the ball off, you need to be really confident that it would probably be Jaleel and Estime get more done than he would. And you have to be sure that he's not in those top 2 because he's also very versatile. Like he can catch the ball. He's gotten better in pass protection. You can run just about any play with him. He's not limited in terms of like, oh yeah, he's gaff scheme. Like you can't trust him to read anything, or like you have to run him outside or you have to run him inside. And that's where, when you just look around the running backs room, there is nobody who is as well rounded as he is. Mm-hmm. Plus, you have the fact that he's like, he led the league in broken tackles as a rookie. Like he's been your number one running back. Yeah. And so to get rid of that guy would just be a huge gamble, and you'd have to be very, very certain that those other guys can do more than they've shown they can do.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I think that's going to do it for today. Oh, we'll be back on Monday. Zach will be back on Monday. It's going to be a weird week next week.
I won't be here.
You won't be here. Oh, that's okay. Well,
my boy David Bruton is having a Bruton Books. Shout out to Bruton Books. It's a charity helping kids in inner city of Denver, Colorado, and all around Colorado, help to read more and be active readers. So Bruton Books has his charity golf tournament July 1st. And, of course, I want to be there to support my teammate, so I'm going to be there.
Yeah. I've been thinking I need to read more. So
I can get you hooked up.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you need somebody to help you kind of skim through the pages, I got you.
Those are the connections. I know. Because I'm like,
somebody teach you how to read.
that's the thing, though, is like, I found that, like, audiobooks when I go to the gym, fine. Really got to get the right book, though. Mm-hmm. And I'm struggling to get the right book. I found a couple. It's not going great, though. That's actually it for today. And I will be back on Monday with Zach, and we'll see Todd on Tuesday.
We all silly like the mayor.